Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. This is one that I've been waiting on for a few years. Super excited to share this news with you guys. If you pan right here, we finally got ourselves a bass boat. Super stoked about this boat. I kind of fell in love with this boat when I was a freshman in college. When I first started fishing the college Bassmaster events, I saw some dude ripping a 2075 and fell in love with it. They look awesome, and I've always, like I said, grown up fishing out of Lund, so as soon as they came out with this kind of crossover Pro V bass, it definitely got my attention. So let's get into some of the specs on this. I've never done a boat walkthrough, so cut me some slack, I'm no professional. But basically, it is a Pro V Bass 1875. That means it's 18 feet and 9 inches long. It has the typical transom width of 96 inches, which is consistent among all Lund boats I found out. And then we'll just start in the back of the boat and kind of work up towards the front. So on the back here, we have a 200 V6 Mercury. From what I know, it's a little bit more fuel efficient, but it doesn't have that crazy top end speed that the normal Pro XSs have, which is totally fine because the dude I bought it from said it still goes around 64 miles an hour. So it's plenty fast. Super clean look on that just blackout Mercury. I should have started with this. This whole rig is a 2019 rig, boat and motor. So we just hopped up into the boat. We're gonna work from the back to the front, like I said. So in the very back here, we have a smaller compartment that's kind of made for batteries. There's a lot of extra space too, which is nice for a fire extinguisher and whatever else you might want to put in there. But that's where I have my cranking battery right there. On this other side, we have the same exact compartment. Nothing's in this one. This is a great one for like co-anglers because it's kind of a perfect size to fit a bunch of Plano boxes in. So this next part is probably what I've been most excited about with this boat, how it's made. Are these jump seats here. I don't know who came up with these, but these things were genius. The way they fold right down and pop up like that is awesome. And another cool feature is you can lift it up right from the bottom there, and there's additional storage down in there, which is super nice to tuck away life jackets or coats or whatever else. And then you just flip it up, got a pretty comfortable seat for additional third and fourth persons, instead of having to like have them straddle the front of your deck or in between the two seats of a standard traditional bass boat. So that's a super cool feature I'm excited about. Those jump seats seem awesome. So the guy I bought this boat from actually has never put a fish in this live well, so it's pretty much brand new. I believe it's 36 inches across, and I don't know exactly how far. Pretty typical size, might be a little bit longer because I know a lot of people that buy this boat target some multi-species like walleye and pike or muskie. So nice big live well there, plenty of room. So these are a pedestal seat, but they're way shorter than normal, obviously. Like, and they fold down super nicely. That's not going anywhere. Flip it up, and then down here, there's about 2 or 3 adjustments where you can slide it forward, move it up, and kind of rotate it, spin it around. So we have a vinyl flooring down in the cockpit here. Dual console, as you can see, which is a nice feature for your passenger. Right now, we have 2 9-inch helixes on it. Planning to keep it that way at the console, and then I have a 9-inch helix at the front, which I'm planning to just add an additional live scope graph to. So I'm going to dual stack those graphs and then run live scope up front, but I'm just going to keep it simple with this one 9-inch helix back here. You got pretty standard gauges up around the side. You got all your power and different switches here for horn, lights, bilge, live wells, all that. You got the key on the other side here. I currently do not have a hot foot on this boat, but I'm actually bringing it in next week to have that installed along with live scope. One thing I am pretty excited about this is it's got a nice little built-in like kicker Bluetooth and radio stereo that you can play through. Just connected that super easy. So that's a really cool feature to have on long days when fishing sucks and you want to crank out some tunes. And over here you can see the compartment's going to be awesome just to stow away like coats as it warms up or whatever. I feel like you're always throwing those around, and that's a really nice place to just kind of tuck it away and get it out of the way. So then we'll talk about these dual consoles. This is a nice glove box that actually goes super far up in here. And will just be super nice for whoever's fishing with me. Nice for additional storage and just keeping them dry. Got a nice handle here. Plenty of leg room up under there. Down here we got a little additional step there. That kind of acts as a step to get up on the back deck, and additional storage, 2 cup holders. You have spots for the additional seats back here too. I just removed them to kind of give it a cleaner look and feel while we do this little walk around. Got another step in the front here that you can chuck whatever you want in there. All right, so we're working towards the bow now. In the middle here, we have rods and batteries. and onboard charger down in the bottom there. I think it's a little bit easier to access rods when they're in the middle compartment here instead of on the side where you kind of have to hold all your other rods that are on the deck and make sure you don't like drop them in over the side as you're trying to get new rods out. So I'm liking this as of right now. You got, I think there's 15-ish slots in there, which I'm sure you could double up on with rod sleeves on that. You got your little rod holder back here, the little plastic piece that's built in. And then a cool feature too is if your rods are like super long, like a really long A-rig rod or like a musky rod, you have that additional space here where you can stick the butt out. I think this compartment fits 8.5-foot rods, so I don't ever think that's gonna be an issue. With bass rods, like I said, onboard charger down in here. I'll shine a light so you guys can see that a little better if you wanna come over the top. That's the onboard charger, and then a really cool feature here is how they store these batteries. It's actually right up underneath it all. Pretty accessible when you just pull up that little vinyl cover. And that's where your three 12-volt batteries are for the trolling motor, and some of those are gonna run live scope too. So that's the middle compartment. These two side compartments are just gigantic. Like there's no reason it should be this deep. I can lay down in this whole thing. Probably doesn't seem like it, but I'm gonna do it to prove a point. Kind of got to curl up, but like I'm 6'2" for reference, and I can fully lay down in that. Storage is crazy in these. Like I said, for being an 18-foot boat, it's kind of wild, but it's always a good problem when your compartments are too big. Same exact compartment on this side, really deep compartment with that vinyl flooring on the bottom, which is a nice added feature. On top of the giant compartments, you have these little secondary compartments. That's another just nice compartment to throw some other stuff in. Will be super nice to stack Plano boxes in because it's about the perfect size. And again, it has that nice finished vinyl flooring on the bottom there. So that's super nice too, because that can kind of divide your storage a little bit better. And all you gotta do is just unstrap those rod straps. 112 Ultrex on the front, which is gonna stay. Up front here, like I said, we have another 9-inch helix, really clean. That's mounted on a ram mount right now, but like I said, I bought a mount from Hennessy Outdoors, which is kind of a dual stack mount. It goes right up over the foot pedal here, and then it's a double mount, so I'll have live scope on the top and this helix on the bottom for mapping, which will be super nice. I'm also gonna recess this foot pedal, which to my understanding, this little part of the deck right here actually pops right out, and you can just recess it super easily without having to cut a hole in the deck, which is not something that I would want to have to do on a newer boat like this. That kind of concludes the whole walkthrough. Like I said, I'm completely stoked. This has been a boat, like I said, that I've kind of been obsessed with. I've been in plenty of fiberglass boats, but like I said, growing up on all the Lund walleye boats, it's been really cool to kind of see Lund come out with this Pro V bass. So I'm really excited to finally have a boat that I can kind of run out of instead of always having a co-angler or fish out of the good old walleye boats. Nothing wrong with that, but it's just a really nice thing to kind of have now. I'm super excited for the upcoming summer. Going to be fishing a lot of tournaments with a bunch of cool dudes, running the college bass tour with one of my buddies, fishing some local stuff, West Michigan bass. One more additional feature that I just remembered, me being a bass guy and my dad being a walleye guy, was this little side rail here. There's a little slit in this side, and this is where you can install different brackets and tracks for rod holders. So that's a really cool alternative option for making this boat somewhat of a multi-species boat. It's not just a bass boat. The additional seating and the option to install rod holders is really awesome. So yeah, we're gonna be putting this boat to good use. I'm really excited, and yeah, excited to share with you guys. Big shout out to David, who I bought this from. He's a fellow subscriber, so I've known him for roughly 2 years now, just connecting through YouTube and some of my videos, and big shout out to him for keeping this boat so clean, and yeah, selling it to me. Super pumped, and hopefully we'll be able to be putting a lot of big fish in this thing all summer long and for many years to come. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out, and I'll do my best to answer them, whatever they might be. So thank you guys again, and I'll catch you in the next video.